I did it. Hey guys, I'm Nate. Welcome back to the workshop. Today, we're going to be building a weapon that is quick, fun, easy, and safe to use indoors. The supplies for this are super easy, and there's a good chance you already have them lying around your house somewhere. We'll need 2 toilet paper rolls, a pencil, 2 rubber bands, and some large marshmallows. We also have some tape, and we're going to use some of that for the build and some of it for decoration. Let's get started. The first step is to take one of our cardboard tubes and with a pair of scissors, cut it lengthwise. Now what we want to do is roll the tube a little bit tighter over on itself. We want to make the tube small enough that a marshmallow can no longer fit down inside. Now with a piece of tape, let's close our cardboard tube all along the seam. Our tube is now closed and taped shut, but it often tries to sort of pull away from the tape. So to try and keep that from happening, let's also take a little bit of tape on just the ends and tape that on the inside. That should hold it together more securely. With the tube all taped up, we now want to put 2 holes into the sides of it just large enough that we can fit the pencil through. You could use a hole punch, a drill, or a knife to make those holes. There's our first. Now let's make the second hole directly across from that. Now we want to fit our pencil through one side of the hole and out the other. However, we have kind of a bit more pencil than we need right here. So let's just trim this down. I'm gonna try and make it about that long. So that's gonna be about cutting it in half. I'm kidding, you don't need a chop saw to cut a pencil. Let's see how well we can cut through a pencil with this pair of pliers. That was pretty easy. Let's see if we can use our X-Acto knife. I don't think I'm gonna be able to slice all the way through, but I bet I can score the wood pretty well by rolling it and then just snap it. That worked great. Let's see if we can get anywhere with scissors. Ha! Even scissors works. So there you go. You do not have to use a chop saw to cut your pencil in half. We're gonna use this one just because. All right, so now let's get the pencil to fit through both sides of the hole so it's attached to our cardboard tube. There we go, our pencil's nice and secure. We now want to take our second tube and cut 2 notches into the top of it. Before we do that though, let's run a layer of tape around there to give it a little bit of extra strength. I'm just gonna make 2 slits, not even a centimeter long, about 1 centimeter apart, just like that. And they're gonna be on opposite sides of the tube. So we've got 2 little slits on this side. Now let's go to the opposite side and put 2 slits there as well. Now we take our larger tube and place it over the top of our smaller tube, and then we'll need 2 rubber bands of the same size. We want to fit our rubber bands around the notches we just cut in the top of the tube. Now let's stretch our rubber bands down underneath the pencil. And at this point, we have a working marshmallow shooter. Load up our little confectionery treat, draw back, and fire. There is the very basic version of this marshmallow shooter. It works fairly well. It launches the marshmallows quite nicely. It's easy to carry around. It's easy to make. It's very lightweight. A lot of good things about it, but I think there are still a few improvements that can be made. To me, the hardest part of this design is that it's kind of tricky to get a good grip on it. I guess you can try and use 2 fingers to pull back on the pencil, but if you have smaller hands, that can be harder, and it's just a little awkward because you'll probably end up pulling on one side more than the other. So I want to use some tape to make a tab that lets us pull straight back from the middle of the pencil. Let's start by taking the rubber bands off for just a second. Now let's tear off a strip of tape that's a few inches long but narrow enough that it can fit inside the smaller tube. Took my gloves off because anything with tape while you're wearing gloves is a pain. So let's take about 1 inch of this tape and feed it down into the tube and then secure it to the side of the pencil. Now we can rotate the pencil and it should bring the side of our tape back up. We can now pull it through and stick the 2 sides together. All right, now we can reassemble our shooter, and we have a much more convenient pull tab to draw back on. Whee! Oh, I wonder if I can get a shot where it hits the lens. Cameraman is taking all kinds of abuse right now. I'll count that. That marshmallow shooter works pretty well, and our upgrade of the pull handle I think makes a big difference. But I still want to try upgrading one more time, and that's to a larger size. So instead of using toilet paper tubes, Paper towel tubes. These are a lot longer. We've got some longer rubber bands and I'm hoping we can get more of a long distance shooter. But the process will be just the same, so we'll start by cutting one of these tubes lengthwise. We attach the rubber bands to the notches at the top and then we stretch them down over the pencil below. Now we have a marshmallow shooter with a lot longer draw on it. Let's do the same process we did before to add the little pull tab on the back and then decorate this a little bit. Just to make this pull tab a little bit easier to hold on to, let's cut off a small piece of pencil and then wrap tape around it. That should give us something that we can grip more easily. There we go. Makes me look like a sniper. One on one shot, two on the next shot. I don't think I can take the top three. Nope. With your marshmallow launchers built, it's time to have fun. Set up some targets, knock over some cups, shoot your friends. It's just marshmallows. They're not really gonna hurt much. This is a quick and easy build, and like I said before, there's a good chance you already have all of the materials at your house already. If not, they're cheap and easy to get your hands on. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber yet, just hit the bomb to get in the club. If you missed our last video or want to watch it again, just click up here at the top. Click down there if you want to see what the internet thinks that you should watch next. That's it for now. Have fun, be safe, and see you tomorrow.